Dogs are one of the most popular pets to own in the US. So much so that a study done by the World Animal Foundation found that there was an average dog ownership of 1.6 per each household. My household has a total of 8 dogs every single day, with the added possibility of 1 to 4 more if we take on fosters or boarders. I once used to entertain the idea of getting a dog of my own, something to bring me peace when there was strife in my life, but I found that the responsibilities they require and the behavior they undertake only add to my suffering. See, upon the acquisition of a dog, I opened myself up to their proneness to destruction, unrelenting exercise routine, and constraint posed to any and all forms. First and foremost, dogs are unique in that they must be let out in order to their business. For the larger dogs, it meant that I had to take them on walks around the neighborhood. These walks were not an enjoyable experience. Dogs often wanted to stop and sniff every little thing they found interesting, from every single lamppost to every single stop sign to a piece of grass that was somehow better than the rest of the pieces of grass. I would often get violently pulled towards each location, resulting in some very unfun, sore joints. I also had to make sure I had enough disposal bags on me so I could clean up after the dog and hope that there was a nearby trash can so I wasn't carrying it everywhere. The smaller dogs were easier in that they could just be let out into the yard to do their business. However, they didn't operate on the same time schedule. They would all want to go at different times, forcing me to get up and down over and over again until everyone was finally satisfied. The dogs also wanted an immediate response whenever they had any issue, and if they didn't get it, they would turn to their first line of defense, which was destruction. They would use their nails in order to make noise to alert me to whatever they wanted. This would often be the back doors they wanted to go out, and I just hadn't happened to be nearby. They would scratch until they hit the baseboard, causing an expensive amount of damage. They would also scratch any nearby wall when they wanted me to come to their location because barking wasn't good enough for them. Then, if they happened to be mad at any point with what I had done, or if they were just plain bored, they turned to chewing on things, mainly wood. This is a problem when almost all of the furniture in the house is made out of wood, so everything is a target. They also chew on usual places like the bottom of stairs, so I would think that everything was fine until I happened to look down one day. Now, this proneness to destruction meant that they just couldn't be left out whenever I left the house, so I had to plan around them. The dogs could be put into crates so that they didn't get into anything, but they would only last 3 to 4 hours before they need to be let out so they didn't have an accident. It would also destroy anything in their crate if they were in there for too long, and would even pull things outside of it into it to destroy just to make a point. The second problem came in with their feeding time, as if they weren't fed on time, issues would arise. If it was too early, they just wouldn't eat because they didn't feel like it, which would turn into a whole fight. Then if it was too late, they would eat, but then they would have far too much energy keeping me up for far too long. In all, I found I had to balance my entire routine around the dogs that we had, causing me a substantial amount of stress. Dogs are no longer in consideration for a pet that I'm thinking of owning in the future due to their constant need for exercise, proneness to destruction, and strain on all my plans. Their personality and behavior simply don't work with who I am, a peaceful, calm individual. In the past, I had entertained the idea of a dog to relieve me of the strife in my life, bringing peace, but I found that their behavior and their responsibilities only add to the suffering. I am glad that I was confronted with the reality of dogs, so I did not end up going with the idealized version I had of them and getting one before realizing that it was not compatible with it whatsoever.